we'll go ahead and get started. I think we might pick up Fred, maybe Lauren, but welcome everyone. Tonight is Monday, December 7th, 2020. The time is 6:02 p.m. This is the Town of Halifax Finance Committee meeting. We're being recorded on Zoom, through which we're meeting. On tonight's agenda, we have budgets, bill for ATFC, reorganization of committee / succession planning, acceptance of minutes, reserve fund transfers, correspondence, public participation, calendar, and as may arise. So we can start off with budgets. Charlie, Sandy, do we have any updates from last week? I know that we were going to request, we voted at our last meeting to ask the departments to provide level service budgets for FY22. And is there any updates or anything you want us to know for this week?
Budgets went out last week, the budget sheets. So all the people were getting them. In fact, Linda probably got copies for you guys to look at. And we have to wait until January to see how they come back in. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have anything different with the budget message, Charlie.
No. I haven't heard anything from anybody in terms of questions or anything like that. Okay. In terms of budget message, the November state figures came out. They're pretty much the same. There's no change really. I mean, it's a month to month, so you can't rely on 1 month, but I don't see anything different than I was saying a week ago.
Okay. Awesome, thank you. The bill for the Association of Town Finance Committee, that's for the annual meeting. I believe, I just want to double check. I think 3 of us attended. I think it was me, Cheryl, and Drew. Am I missing anybody?
Well, I attended, but I was so new to the thing that I just ran it through. I paid for it, so I'm all set.
Because we have the fund, so we have a small expense line for these kinds of trainings. So we have plenty to reimburse, especially since I doubt we're going to be doing another. I don't see any of us going to any other trainings, and the upcoming ATFC trainings for the spring are usually for free. Mm-hmm. So I believe it was $25 per person for the registration. Mm-hmm. For the 4 of us, then we can submit a bill for $100 from our expense line, as long as everyone who did attend just forward your receipt to or your whatever email you got from the ATFC, forwarded to Sandy so that she has all of those totals together.
Okay.
So what we can do tonight is hold the vote to fund that expense from the Finance Committee expense line, and then Sandy's kindly offered to get the bill schedule together, and then we can just circulate it for signing.
Actually, if you'll all forward your invoice that you got from ATFC to me, that'd be great, because I'll get the bill schedule all put together for.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Sorry, Linda. I apologize.
Nope, that's no problem.
Great. So I'll send it to you. Okay. But in the meantime, we can hold a vote. I just want to double check the amount. I believe it was $25.
That's the one you gave me.
I think it was.
Okay. And okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. So then I would entertain a motion for the Finance Committee to fund the amount of $100 to reimburse for those members that attended the Association of Town Finance Committee annual meeting for 2020.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and second. Do we have any discussion? Okay, for all those in favor, I'll roll call us. Cheryl?
Aye.
Tom?
Aye.
Bill?
Aye.
Drew?
Aye.
Fred?
Aye.
And myself, Melinda, aye. So just a reminder, those of you who do have invoices from that, just forward those on to Linda. I believe that still leaves us about $200 to $250 in our expense account. If anyone does see any relevant trainings come up, be sure to let us know. I don't foresee any more coming that would cost us money to attend. Usually the ATFC is the big one. I don't know about the MMA, the Massachusetts Municipal Association. I know they're really pushing folks to register for that because they've had a really low response rate so far on that. But if anyone is interested in that, let us know, because it's completely virtual, and we still do have some money left in case you're interested in any of those training or any of those meetings. All right, Great. So next up, we have reorganization of committee and succession planning. So I know we've talked about this the last couple of meetings, just sort of getting folks thinking about, first of all, because these two topics go together, right? Succession planning, meaning folks moving up into leadership positions. That's the executive board of chair, vice chair, and clerk. And that goes in tandem with the liaison appointments. So those are those that each person is going to be assigned a handful of departments to work with during the budget season. And the reason I wanted to bring this up, and it wasn't an attempt to be sort of cagey with anyone or, not tell people, not keep folks posted, but the reason that I've been sort of pushing this discussion quite a bit is that, like I said, everyone, like folks, lives change, things happen. I myself am going to be moving out of Halifax next year. Not for anything bad, not that I don't love it here or don't love serving on the committee. It's just the commute between myself and my boyfriend and work has been getting to be quite a lot. And there's little kids involved, and it just makes more sense for me to move in that direction. So that is to say that I'm going to keep serving up until I'm no longer a resident of Halifax. But as all of you who've ever sold a house know, once I list it, it could take a long time or it could go really, really fast. And I have no idea what's going to happen in this real estate market. I'm not going to list till after the new year. And I'll keep folks posted, obviously, of what's going on. But I want to put that out there because I don't want to just show up one day and be like, hey, guys, it's my last meeting. Good luck. So I just want us thinking about it because I know a lot of us have different work and personal commitments. Like I'll have to resign fully from the committee once I'm no longer a resident of the town. But some folks may have, like I know Bill had mentioned earlier, like work commitments are getting just out of hand. And I know like everyone has stuff going on too. And I don't mean to, I'm not calling people out for different things going on. I just want us to be thinking about how to best keep the committee moving forward, and especially with things like the liaison appointments. Linda was really helpful in sketching out if we have a 7-person board, a 6-person board, a 5-person board. My inclination at this point might be, and I don't know what folks think, might be to sort of plan for a 5 or 6-person board. And we can always like keep divvying up work from there, but I think that might be easier to then expand for more people than to plan for a 7-person board, divide up all the assignments, and then have a bunch of departments that don't have coverage. But what do you all think?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So if we plan for, so in a 5-person board scenario, and I'm, I know we're at 7 now. This is, I just think it'll be prudent for us to plan that way.
Yeah.
For a 5-person board, so in Linda's mapped out, if we were at a 7-person board, we basically have 2 people that would split town hall. Those are person 1 and person 2, let's say. Person 3 would be council on aging, building, police, fire, dog officer, and civil defense. Person 4 would be water, recycling, highway, cemetery, and capital planning. Person 5 would be the historic district, historic commission, parks, veteran, and library. Person 6 would be Halifax Elementary and Silver Lake School Committee, so the 2 schools. And person 7 would shadow whoever needs the most help. A 5-person board would collapse that down. So we would take the library and the vet offices and give it to the 2nd person in town hall, and take the 2 historic committees and parks and give them to person 1. So essentially in a 5-person board, we take person 1 and person 2, which are usually our 2 newest people, we split town hall between them, and then give them the library, the veterans, the historic committees, and parks. That would leave person 3, 4, and 5. Person 3, 4, 5 would then have to split the biggest committees, which are basically the ones that remain on that list. So council on aging, building, police, fire, dog, civil defense, public works, capital planning, and the schools. I think last year we functioned with a 5-person board in that way, but Charlie, Sandy, you might have better memory than I do. I think last year we went through the budget process. I mean, not FY21, FY 20. I believe we were at 5 people then. Or Bill, do you remember?
I think we were toward the end. We had
Yeah.
you,
I
Fred,
think
Drew, and Cheryl, right?
I think you had the actual liaison list split up actually only among 4 of you. No, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. Because Drew came
think
on
it was
after.
her.
Right.
Yeah, he came on after, so it was just us 4.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if we had Len still at that point.
No, he was out early.
Okay. All right. So, how do folks feel about the idea? If we plan on a 5-person board, have our 2 newest folks, which would be Tom and Lauren, split the town hall offices, and then we have 3 sort of more veteran folks, splitting the bigger departments. Like Fred, if you want to keep the 2 school committees, I think that is that's a lot on its own of those 2. And Cheryl, Bill, and I could split the rest. Bill, if you want to keep like capital and highway and those folks, I could keep police, fire, civil defense maybe, and then we could split up whatever's between us with Cheryl. But I don't want to leave us in a scenario where if one or more of us leaves and somebody gets like a bunch of departments dumped on their lap.
So Melinda, in that scenario, are you saying that would you guys want to put the historic district, historic commission, parks, veterans, and library and split them amongst person 1 and 2 with the town hall? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Fred would be essentially like person 6 if you're looking at that list. He'd stay on schools, and then 3 and 4 would be left for everybody else.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
And
how are we gonna know who has what?
well, as long as everyone's okay with this idea, this basic concept, then we'll go through right now and list them off for each person. But is everyone sort of okay with how that sounds?
Yeah,
I am. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So we have person 1, treasurer, collector, accountant, assessor, clerk, selectman, board of health.
Going too fast.
Oh, sorry.
So town clerks, this is person 1.
Yep.
Okay, town clerk, selectman.
Board of health.
Yeah.
And building inspector.
Okay.
Okay. And then add in historic committees and parks.
Historic committees and parks.
And that's person 1. Person 2 would get conservation, planning and appeals, weights and measures, holidays in Halifax, Halifax and lights, youth and rec, housing authority, library and veterans.
So that would be Tom and Laurel, correct?
Yeah, I'm thinking Tom and Lauren would be person 1 and person 2.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm happy to take either and shadow anyone else.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Person 3 would be council on aging, building, police, fire, dog officer, and civil defense.
So would that be me?
That can definitely be you if you want, Cheryl. I had a lot of those last year, and I'm happy to. I think they are pretty straightforward. So you're definitely welcome to have those if you want. I think that was like a lot of my old assignments from last year, like I said. So if you want to do that, I think that would work great.
Okay.
We have water. So person 4 would be water, recycling, highway, cemetery, and capital planning.
I can keep that, Melinda.
Okay, Bill, you want to keep those?
Yeah, I had library as well. Are we gonna dish that off or pull that back?
Yeah, I gave library to the second person.
Okay.
Person essentially 5, I guess now we're on a list, has the schools. And Fred, do you want to hold on to those?
Yeah, I shouldn't have a problem. I am starting a new position on January 1st in the company.
Mhm.
So that first couple weeks is interesting.
Yeah.
Because I'll be starting an hour earlier in the day.
Mhm.
I don't expect that's going to cause a problem, but I just thought I'd throw it out there.
Okay.
I just might need somebody for like one meeting or something like that.
Okay. So what that would do is, so then that basically leaves like Drew. We haven't assigned anything to Drew yet, and we haven't assigned anything to me yet. So we could also break out person 1 and person 2 a little bit more and split off for some departments for Drew, and temporarily leave me off the list for now, but let me help out. Like I'll kick in with whichever of you wants me to help. I'll do meetings for you, whatever. But that then doesn't mean that I would, like, essentially I'll be all of your assistants, and you can toss me the departments you want and I'll just help out. And that way I'm not actually assigned to anyone in case I do end up rolling off sooner rather than later. But I don't want to shirk at all. So I'll definitely, do the work, and whoever needs me or wants me to be doing their departments with them, I'm happy to. What do you think about that? If we shave off some of person 1 and person 2, and then basically Cheryl has my old committees from last budget cycle, Fred keeps his, Bill keeps his.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem with that. Your house will sell fast. Our neighbors listed theirs. It was gone in 4 days. So.
Oh my gosh.
And they sold it for $40,000 over asking price. They had like 9 offers. So.
Such a crazy market. Yeah, I mean, I just want everyone. I want to be like fully prepared, and like I said, I'm going to keep working the whole time, but I don't want to take on a bunch of departments and then like if things do move fast and suddenly I have to like hive them off to people. But I'm happy to be, doing whatever you want me to do, whoever you wants me to be working with you on your departments, I'll do it. So if we do this model, then we could take, for example, maybe library, veterans, historic committees, and parks, and give those to Drew.
Okay.
Hey, Tom, I think I saw your Navy Submariner Dolphins on the wall last week. You interested in veterans? Tom Connolly?
Oh, he's muted right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was telling us before about, that's why we were so impressed about his shopping abilities.
Okay.
His Navy background.
Yep. All right.
All right, so let's do that. So that would Linda, sorry to do this to you. It's so much easier when we're in person and have a physical list in front of us and can scratch stuff off. Like this
No,
feels
I
awful.
think I got it all. So we're just moving historic park library to Drew.
Yep.
And then should I leave vet with Tom for now? Is that what you were saying, Bill?
I was just asking if you had an affinity for that.
Yeah.
I mean, I only say that because Melinda, I know you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can, because I was basically looking at that email you sent, Linda, about like if we had a 5-person board, and my thinking was take library, veterans, historic committees, parks, that can go to Drew. Like we can also trade off, like, baseball card style among ourselves. Like if that's totally fine as long as we take a vote on it and that everybody's okay with it.
Okay. So I think I've got it all square now. I'm just gonna, I don't know, Tom, if he can hear us or not. He's clearly muted, and I know he was having problems with cable, but I'm gonna put him as, let's say, person 1 and Lauren as person 2.
Yeah. Yep.
So then if you guys want me to run through it quick, I've got it all
if you don't
down.
mind. And then we'll do this. I'll entertain a motion for the finance committee to recommend the following liaison appointments for the FY 2022 budget cycle.
Okay, so I have Tom Connolly with the treasurer collector, assessor, selectman, clerk, board of health, and building inspector.
Mhm.
I have Lauren with Concom, planning and appeals board, weights and measures, holidays in Halifax, Halifax and lights, youth and rec, and housing. I have Cheryl with the council on aging, building, police, fire, dog, and civil defense. Bill will have water, recycle, highway, cemetery, and capital planning. Fred will keep the 2 schools. Drew will have the historic district, the historic commission, the parks, the library, and the veterans. Back to everybody.
Awesome. So do I have a motion for the finance committee to recommend?
I make motion the finance committee recommend following liaisons.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, moved in second. Any further discussion? Okay, so all those in favor, I'll roll call. Cheryl,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Drew,
Aye.
Fred,
Aye.
and myself, Melinda. Aye. All right.
I'll put those all in writing and get it out to all of you.
Perfect.
Oh, thank you.
And when you do that, would you mind please resending the contact? I know you put a great document together with everyone's email addresses for the departments.
Mhm.
So what I would suggest for folks is, doesn't have to be immediately, but at some point, just send out an email to your department saying, hi, my name is so-and-so. If you haven't worked with them yet, just introduce yourself and say, I'm going to be your liaison for finance committee. If you need help or need to chat, here's the best way to get a hold of me. And like I said, whatever, obviously use me as your personal assistant for all of this. And I will take whatever you want me to do. If you want me to do particular meetings for you, whatever, I'm happy to do it. So
I may need some help with police and fire. Kind of scares me, so.
For sure. And sure, you and I can email them together.
Okay.
And I'll be totally happy to be on that email and do that too.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right. So we can wait, I guess, on the succession planning, but that again, that was why I was sort of pushing the discussion a little bit, because we'll need someone to move into the chair role. And that's not something that has to happen right now. We could wait until I have to resign and do it then. That's totally fine. But if folks want to have this discussion and do nominations earlier than that, I wanted to open up the opportunity. And like I said, not just sort of walk out one day. But if you'd rather kind of punt, we can. No one's itching.
No.
Okay. We'll pass that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay.
Okay.
Acceptance of minutes. So thank you, Linda, for writing up meeting minutes for us. These are from Monday, 11/30, 2020. The members present were Cheryl Zarella Burke, Fred McGovern, Melinda Tarsi, Tom Connolly, Lauren Carmichael, Bill McAvoy, and Drew McClincy. So I would entertain a motion for the Finance Committee to recommend the meeting minutes from Monday, November 30th, 2020.
Moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in, oh, sorry. Better heard something. All those in favor, I'll roll call us. Cheryl,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Drew,
Aye.
Fred,
Aye.
and myself, Melinda, aye. All right. Next up, reserve fund transfers. Do we have any reserve fund transfers?
We do not.
Okay. Correspondence. Charlie sent us a memo concerning official email addresses.
So if you don't have one yet, which I think most of you don't, we're getting them set up for the various boards and committees now, so that you'll have an official place to put your official emails. And if somebody says, I want to see all the emails about such and such, or from the Finance Committee or whatever, you get a public records request, we won't ask you, well, you now need to go in your personal email and pull everything out. So.
Okay, awesome. Any other correspondence that I missed?
Let's see. I feel like we had one thing. Let me, no, I think not. I think the only other correspondence that we had, we didn't have any in the box, and I think we just had the email from Drew, but we have to move those agenda items to next time, I think,
Yeah.
because it was
Yeah.
after we'd already posted, so we didn't have the 48 hours notice.
Yeah, and that's the only reason, Drew. I thought it was too much to go under as may arise. That's more of like last minute things that come up. So like at that point, we kind of we knew it was going to arise. So we'll just put it on the next agenda as long as that's okay with everybody. Public participation. Okay, calendar. So I believe we have our next meeting set for 2 weeks from today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Charlie, we're gonna have a sort of tentative date for the initial like personnel, or what was wage and personnel joint meeting between us and the Board of Selectmen, but basically like open it and then reconvene to another date.
It'll be late January. Also, it's in my queue to start setting up the procedures for everything that we're doing when we don't have wage and personnel.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So I guess we can hold off on that. We can plan out the further calendar, I think, at the next meeting. Anything under as may arise? Okay. Then I would entertain a motion for the Finance Committee to adjourn at 6:30 p.m.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All right, I'll roll call us out of here. Cheryl,
Aye.
Tom,
Aye.
Bill,
Aye.
Drew, Fred,
Aye.
and myself, Melinda, aye. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. Take care, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you.
All
Thank
right,
you
bye.
all.
Bye. Good night.